This almond cream cheese pound cake is so flavorful, tender, and it melts in your mouth. The nuttiness from the almonds shines through, and you'll be reaching for those second and third helpings. Grab a steaming mug of coffee and let's get started. It is so easy to prepare. You'll first preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And here in the bowl of a stand mixer fit with a paddle attachment, we are taking some softened room temperature butter and just mixing it for about 30 seconds till it's nice and smooth. Then into this, I am going to sift in my icing sugar or confectioner's sugar. It's important to sift this in because icing sugar tends to have lumps and clumps of sugar, and you want to break that down. And then you'll also add in some honey. Honey is a kind of invert sugar and it helps keep the pound cake super tender and moist. So you'll add the honey and then you'll take your spatula and scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl, and then you'll add in your vanilla as well. You can also add an additional half teaspoon of almond extract if you wish. And now you'll put the paddle attachment back down, and on the lowest speed setting first, you'll mix this until it comes together for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then you'll crank up the speed to medium high and continue mixing this for a good 10-minute period. And here I have taken some eggs which are at room temperature. I have cracked them open in a jug and I'm just going to whisk it to break it apart. This will help us combine it into the batter much easily. Now it's been about 5 minutes, so I'll stop my stand mixer and I will scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl just to make sure that it gets combined really well. There may be some streaks of butter that haven't mixed with the batter, and that's the reason you want to just scrape down the sides and the bottom, go back in for another 5 minutes. You'll start to see that towards the end of this 10-minute mark, the butter and the icing sugar that has been creamed along with the honey and the vanilla extract, it starts to get so pale and fluffy and increases so dramatically in volume. You'll scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl again, and now we're going to add in our room temperature cream cheese. Cream cheese not only adds a superior flavor to this pound cake, but it also helps keep your pound cake super tender, melt in your mouth and moist, and that's the reason why I just love adding cream cheese to my pound cake. You will mix this for about 2 minutes on a medium high speed. For me that's speed 8 on my stand mixer, which has a speed range of 1 to 10, and you can also make this pound cake using electric beaters as well. I'll now start the stand mixer on a medium speed, so speed 3 or 4, and I'll start adding the eggs that we combined earlier a little at a time. You don't want to add everything in one go. You'll add a little first, let it integrate into the batter, and then add some more. And in this manner, you'll keep adding a little at a time until all of the eggs have been added into the cake batter. And towards the end, when the eggs are just about to be added entirely, you'll notice that the batter does start to split, and you have absolutely nothing to worry about. It's just a broken emulsion, but when we add in the dry ingredients, it will come together really well into a nice velvety smooth batter. So don't worry about that. Once you've added all of the eggs, you'll scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl once more and then go back in on a medium high speed for about 2 full minutes. Now you'll sift in your dry ingredients. So here I have some all-purpose flour or plain flour, ground almonds, and some baking powder and salt, and I'll sift this into my cake batter like so. It's important to sift at this stage because the ground almonds tend to also have a few clumps, and when you pass it through a sieve, it helps break down those clumps. So once you've sifted your dry ingredients in, you'll go back in on the lowest speed setting of your stand mixer just until it comes together. I would say about 20 to 25 seconds and no more, because you don't want to develop the gluten from the all-purpose flour. That will result in a very dense and gummy pound cake, and you do not want that. Now your batter is ready, and here we have a 9 by 5 inch loaf tin which I have greased really well and lined one side with parchment paper with plenty of overhang so that we can lift it out of the tin really easily once the cake's baked and cooled. So you'll add in your almond cream cheese pound cake batter into this cake tin or this loaf tin, and you'll tap it against the work surface to release any air pockets. Then you'll take your offset spatula and smooth out the batter so it's nice and leveled, and you can now pop this straight in the oven, but I like to go one step further, and as a finishing touch I love adding a generous helping of flaked almonds like this. And once you're happy with this, you will pop this in the oven at 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 55 minutes to an hour. A skewer, knife or a toothpick when inserted in the center should come out clean. There should be no wet batter. If it has wet batter, pop it in again for another couple of minutes till the skewer comes out clean. Once it's ready, baked, and out of the oven, let it cool down completely. First, you can let it cool in its tin for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then you want to take it out of the tin and place it on a wire rack to cool down completely. And now we can slice into this amazing almond cream cheese pound cake, which has such a delicate, fine, and even crumb. Every bite has a beautiful nuttiness of almonds. You are going to love this almond cream cheese pound cake. And I also have an entire playlist of the most delicious pound cake recipes that you absolutely have to try. It's on the screen, so do check it out.